I figured it out. I got it. I finally got it. Why everything sucks. It's so damn simple. It's been there in front of me the whole time. You ready? Okay. Back in the 1950s, late 1950s, early 1960s, a bunch of marketing executives decided to get together. They were going to try something different. They were going to try to market towards younger people, kids, well, like 25 and up, around there. The idea was that if they could get people hooked on their products young, they would have consumers for life, as opposed to trying to appeal to somebody in the 40s and 50s. You can squeeze out a few more decades out of these people. They tried everything, soft drinks, cigarettes, clothing, household products, the usual dumb shit that we see today, but 1950s style. To be honest, I don't think they really meant to do any harm by doing this. It was just a marketing idea to try and bring in a new crowd. And it started to become the norm. Everything was just targeted towards young people. So as a result, something happened, something unintentional. With all of this marketing over the decades, youth started to become celebrated by society. It was everywhere. It was on billboards. It was on magazine covers. You couldn't get away from it because the marketing executives are still thinking, well, that's where we're going to target our ads because that's where we're going to bring in the most money. That's the biggest bang for our buck. But inadvertently, because you see all of these pictures of young people everywhere, society starts to celebrate youth, and it was in a way that had never happened before. And obviously this started to piss off a few people because what used to be celebrated was experience, things like common sense, age. The older you were, the more you knew, the more respect you would earn. This is the way it had been for generations, and now everything was it was changing. And a very short span. We're talking 1 to 2 decades here. The quality of youth meant that you were a consumer, that you were the one who would go out and buy things. See, older people, they tend to look at things towards savings in the house and whatnot. And younger people, they tend to sort of spend for today. They don't really think too much about tomorrow. That kicks in later, usually in your 30s. Yeah, there's exceptions to every rule. Don't fucking split hairs. And while I'm on the subject, all you guys that got your fucking panties in a bunch, don't start writing in about things like, back in ancient Greece, they worshipped youth. And what's the big deal? No. They didn't worship youth. They worshipped beauty. Different. Okay? Pay attention. Another decades roll by, 70s, 80s, 90s, and so on. Youth continues to become celebrated, and this phenomenon just grows and it spreads. The U.S. and Canada and Europe and all of that, right? But you see, there's a problem with youth. Youth goes hand in hand with inexperience. Yes, that's right. The lack of experience. It's not your fault. You're young. You don't know any better. You haven't learned anything. You think you do, but you have no idea. Trust me on this. So here you are. You got these kids. They're young. They're inexperienced. And they're kind of fucking stupid. I mean, let's be honest. Okay? And now we have another little twist of fate where, call it the deification of youth, all of a sudden becomes the deification of stupidity, where it becomes fashionable to be young and stupid. And people look up to idiots now. It started small and it grew a little more every few years. Just a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and now it's got to the point where people don't seem to even want to be fucking smart. It's like they're not even trying. And so you go to schools and they take the bar and they just lower it and lower it and lower it and lower it, and they come up with all kinds of fucking excuses as to why. Well, you know what, the kid can't get an 8 because the test is too hard. Make the test easier because they don't want to be smart. They want to be stupid because being stupid is fucking cool now, right? Being stupid is not cool. You want to be smart. You don't want to be stupid. You don't want to be stupid. Being stupid is not cool. It's sad. It's pathetic. And trust me, you don't want to be stupid, especially for $15 an hour. Fuck. So while all of this is happening, you got the other side. You got the people that are older, in their 40s and their 50s. And now, because youth is so celebrated in society, they're afraid to get old. They want to be young again. So what do? They start dyeing their fucking hair, and they start taking tonics and creams, and they start doing the surgery, and a little nip over here, a little tuck over there, maybe a little bit on the nose, because they don't want to get old. They want to be young again. But you can't be young again because that's against the fucking laws of the universe. And so now we live in this insane fucking world where all this crazy fucking shit happens and everything is completely upside down, and old people are looked down upon, and young stupid people are looked up upon, and it's like this fucking weird kind of horror show, and everything just gets fucking twisted around, and we end up in this fucking horrible place where we have the fucking Transformers franchise. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, Happy Canada Day.